Hi. Yeah, this is Greg Koopman. I just wanted to make a video today about an upgrade, a whole facelift to my website. And I'm going to try to keep it a little short, but basically, I use this as a way to develop my ASP.NET skills, although I'm a BI architect and developer mainly with SQL Server. I felt the need. I wanted to make my website look a lot better than, making it look like 15, 20 years ago. So I went ahead and I saw a product that I thought was interesting, and it's called SyncFusion, and it's a group of tools that had some web tools and objects in it that were more modernized. And if you made less than $1 million, I think, a year, you're able to get it for free. And as long as you have less than 5 developers on your company, you can get it for free, a free version. And so I took the Sync Fusion, and let me just show you the website for Sync Fusion. I think it's right here. There it is. So you can go to this website called SyncFusion, and it has some pretty cool objects that match up with ASP.NET. So, for example, I was using ASP Web Forms, .NET Web Forms. So if you go there, you can go ahead and see some of their. Here's an unlimited flat fee. A community license is available. I think that's what I got. And you can come down here and you can see all the different kinds of objects they have that are pretty cool. And and here's some of them down here: data grid, chart. Anyways, actually, the only one I was most interested in was the RTE object, which is a text editor that was for rich text editing. And then you could save that out to your database with all the hyperlink codes, the markup code, and it could come out, and you can go ahead and do some cool stuff with it. So, which I'm going to show you in a little while. So this SyncFusion is that product that I'm using. I added to my ASP.NET code and started using a couple of their objects, and it looked pretty cool. Another thing I did, and one of the things I did with that was for my web, just my regular website here. Let me go back to that. It allowed me to make my website look a little nicer with these screens that flashed, and you can go fast through them like that. Nothing spectacular, but it's prettier, I think. And also gave me a nice menu. I could use their menu object, which I used up here. And so, anyways, that's the new look and feel of my website. Just helps me brand myself. And then what else do I want to show you? Oh yes, these pictures, right? These pictures are nice, and you can download a lot of stuff from the internet. I always was afraid that I might be, doing some copyright infringement or something like that, and I wanted some really nice looking pictures. So I went over to this site called depositphotos.com, and they had a nice library of different things, right? So let's say really nice pictures, I thought, and I wanted to put those on the site. I want to put in some of my videos also. So I use this site, and I have like a membership. I forget what the active plans are. They're not too expensive, and if you don't use all the pictures you have for that month, I think it rolls over. So I think I have a bunch of pictures left over. So anyways, that's what that looks like. If I want to come here and let's say I want to look for a cube picture, I just type in cube, and there's a bunch of different cubes I can download, and I click on a cube or a group of cubes, and I can come here, and then I can just download it, and then they charge me, or they charge it against my subscription. I think it comes to about $1 per picture. But I want it to look good. I spent a lot of time on this website. I want to make. Here's one of the ones I use. Or actually, do I have this one in my group still? I'm not sure. But anyways, I use that website for my pictures, and I'm glad I do. I'm not using any music. I did a music one before, and there are some sites that you can get free music or you can pay for it. But I'm not using the music right now. Probably, I just don't. I'm just not doing it. So, anyways, go back to my site. Let me just go to my site here. So here's these pictures are all from that deposit photo. As I click through them, right? Okay. And then up here, again, this is really, I have a small company called SequelCoop.com. It's an LLC. So when I come here, I have my little logo. I put this here, and this goes right back to my homepage every time. So if I go to contact, here's my contact information. This is me. And I don't have a model for that, unfortunately, but that's the way it is. So that's me, and this is some information the person can go and see. They can also go to my background information, which really is kind of my resume. And on here, they can see that if an agency wants to download this to send to their clients, that's great, and they can do that. And that way, if I'm on busy traveling or something, they can come in here and just click on my my link called background, or I could call it resume, but I call it background, and it's connected to a cloud drive, and I just connect to it. And if I want to edit it, I can sign in and edit this on the fly here if I want, and they can print it, they can download it themselves as a file, but they can't edit it unless they know the passwords to sign in on. Okay, so now I come back over, and I have a YouTube channel. So I have a link right there that goes to my YouTube channel, which you guys are watching this from YouTube, so you know what I'm talking about. And there's my YouTube channel. And every time I click on them, they open a new thing, so they can always go back to the main. And I can go back to the main here. I also I'm certified with Microsoft SQL with Microsoft, so I have my Microsoft documents here, which prove that I'm certified. So they can print these out. So that's kind of cool. It's it's a self-promotion type of database. Now I also have something called KB Notes, but that's a login. You have to sign into that, and I've already signed in. And since it's a cookie that stays on my computer for a couple days, I don't have to re-sign into it. But I want to show you that. Also, I have a terms of service here. Protects you against, kind of lays out a lot of, it's pretty generic, but it lays out a lot of different, privacy and that kind of stuff, and tries to make sure I don't get sued. And also a privacy policy. I think I get this from one of the companies online. I purchased some other boilerplate product, boilerplate, and try to customize it to my, what I do. But that was also a small purchase, not a big purchase. It didn't cost me a fortune, less than a lawyer, right? But I'm not really selling anything on it, so I really didn't think I needed too heavy a stuff. I don't need too heavy a contract right now. So, anyways, what I want to show you though is this other knowledge base notes, which I had an older version. You can watch a whole video on it. It has all sorts of stuff. I did it all purely in ASP.NET. It didn't have the cool look, and it didn't have a lot of the features I wanted, but this one does. So if you saw my other video, which was a really long video, it showed pretty much a text box, but I couldn't do any real font sizing and pictures. This does so much more, and I really love it. So I'm going to show that to you right now, and we'll finish up the video with that. But so I click on KB Notes here. Now it's going into an ASP.NET page. Like I said, generally, let me just do this. I'm just going to log out. Okay, so now I'm logged in. I'm logged in, and I come to the screen. Now here's my notes. Now if you have something like Microsoft Notes, that's a good product, and there's other. That's probably, I think that's free with your Office subscription. So that's probably a really good thing to use. I really love keeping track of my notes. What I have here is a text box right here, and it's a rich text box. And the best way to look at what it does is I'm going to pull up by clicking on this icon here. And these icons, I also use them from that site I told you about. This icon with the cube, this icon with the world, this with the world. All these icons I've pulled down from this that deposits photodeposits.com site. There's a lot of different sites. That's just the one I'm using. I kind of like it, but I'm sure there's others, and across all price ranges. But anyways, I wanted to make it look a little prettier, so I put the icons on my instead of just words like I have in my old version. And so basically, when you click this icon, if you hover over it, you see returns 20 most recent changed notes. Okay, so I keep a lot of notes. Like today, I wanted to look at some car rentals and what they cost in the area. So I entered in a note called Arlington Car Rentals, and I click open, and now I'm going to open that note, right? So here's a note. So Enterprise has a car. The weekly cost is $229. The monthly is $1,002, and that's for. Anyways, those are like for Sonatas or something like that, and a Camry, a Corolla, and a Camry. Now, paste this as insert as a hyperlink. Make it orange and bold, and there's all sorts of different tools you get with this thing. I don't have to program any of these things, and you know, it's really nice that way. So anyways, it comes with lots of features. I'm going to go ahead and increase that size a little bit. So now it's increased. I'm going to now go ahead and as you saw before, I could clip art it. And so what's nice about all this stuff here is that, and I can go ahead and bullet it like I showed you before. Right, so bullets. And it has different kinds of bullets if you want. And I can make it bigger if I want to just look at it bigger. I can print from here. I can also do finds inside. So let's say I'm looking for a find of Camry. Hit find, and it will find the word Camry, just like that, right? Okay, so that's cool. And it also does a replace. So it does a lot of neat stuff, right? But what it does great here is that it allows me to save it and come back to it with the same. So I'm going to come over to my save button, which is my writer here. So I'm sorry, this is my save button. So I click my save. So now it's saved up to the database, up on Azure. I click on it again, and notice everything's saved properly, right? I go to SyncFusion. I can right-click. I can come in and go ahead and do that, right? It opened up a SyncFusion, and there we go. Also, you can also add a movie in here. So let's go to YouTube real quick. Keep on overwriting my screen. So let's do tennis, okay? Because I like tennis. So we're going to do tennis, and we're going to you go to embed like that, and you can copy this embed text. Come back over to my area here, and you'll use this little icon here which says insert video. And when you get to insert video, you copy in that code that you just got off the YouTube video, and there it is. So now I have this car rentals with a video of a tennis there, and actually let's just save that for a moment. So anyways, I just saved it. I just came back to it, and here it is, right? Now, you know, it's a little bit small in that area, so you can always go here to this icon and make it totally large, right? It takes up the whole screen. Now I can sit here and I can watch tennis on TV right here, or on the monitor. So here it is. All right, so that's cool, right? So that's all within that same file that I saved, that same note that I saved. So this is really cool. I really like it a lot. So I'm not going to save it again because it's already saved. So let's say I want to go to the next one. I'm not going to go to that one, actually. I'm going to go to the one beyond. If I go to the next one, Toyota Corolla lease. So obviously I'm looking at these Toyotas for my own purchase or lease. And so there it is. I went ahead and I clicked on it, and it was already there, right? I opened the Toyota Corolla lease. And if I want to go back to it, right now I'm on Bids Helper, which is another, you know, I copy this straight from the web page, and all these hyperlinks work. So that's really cool. So I don't have to go and find Bids Helper again. If I want to go back up to Toyota Corolla lease, I can either click the open button here, or I can hit the back button here, which goes up, will go up a one, and now you'll see the Toyota Corolla lease come back. And again, these were pasted from web pages, and this is really cool. So I'm really able to keep track of my stuff. And let's just enlarge that thing. So you see a 2017 Corolla is $179 per month, not bad. And do a signing only $9.99. So that's not too bad. But anyways, that's not the point of the video. So let's continue. So I click that button, we go back to the video. So I want to show you, I can, there are these pages in this grid, the ASP forms grid. You know, you can come, I just have 5 because I want you to see the notes. So I don't make it too much big on the list. So I can go to number 2, page 2. I see another 5 different ones will come up. Again, you wouldn't see that white space so much if I was on a faster type of configuration in Azure, but I would have to pay more. So there we go. So we go there, and now I can go to this one, Windows function, batch engine mode, which was a great article, by the way, by Iksik Bengan. Awesome article. So I just had to take some notes on it and make sure I kept his hyperlinks to his. One was a YouTube video, one is an article on SQL Magazine, and one is also another one I came across which showed SQL Server Standard Edition and all the great stuff you're able to get with it now that you couldn't before. Really cool. So these are important notes to me. These are just the ones I've taken in the last. These are my last 7 notes or so that I've taken. Now I'm going to keep on going and look at some other ones. Here's some open data sources, which I got from watching another video, and I thought they were really good because these are all free data sources. I could use these in demos and prototypes I put together, and I can grab these off. And most of them are government sites, it looks like. So I always knew they were there. I wrote them down because I put notes on them so I could get to them easily. Power BI videos. These are a bunch of Power BI videos that I saw in past that I really wanted to review because I was looking at some opportunities with Power BI, and I wanted to get myself up to speed a little bit more, at least in general. And then we click here, and you see this is some sort of meeting. I'm not sure what this is all about. Oh, this is by Andy Young, who's awesome. I saw him give a presentation. I was really impressed. I think he's out of Chicago. As you see, I'm on page 2, and when I click the navigation button again, it will go to the top one on 3, which is very useful because otherwise you got to always sit there and pick out which one to open. Here I just keep on scrolling through each one of these things. Okay, and so a lot of these are video candidates. I have if I go up here and I can. There's all sorts of stuff you can do with my filters and stuff on my thing. So if I go to video candidates, I got 82 video candidates that I keep track of, and as notes. Every time I think of a new video I'd like to do, I put it in here, and whether I ever get to it or not is another story. So so here's one. Can I convert string to an integer? And I picked up after some research, I saw some different things there. Benefits of a select asterisk in combination with views. Oh my God! You see, most SQL Server people would say you can't do select asterisk. That's horrible. Well, I saw one way when it's not so bad. So, and actually a good thing, I think. But I haven't done the video on it, so you have to hold on for that one. You can criticize me though for the select asterisk, even thinking of it. Such a thing. What to use, identity columns on staging tables. Again, one of those kind of things that are a little bit out there. A lot of people wouldn't even consider such a thing, but I have some reasons for doing it, and that's what I believe in a lot of times. Best practices are best practices, but if you have things that are outside the best practice thing and you have a good reason for it, hey, why not? Okay? Otherwise, you're just, you're not being confident enough in yourself to, as long as you can justify what you're doing, it makes sense. I think you should go with what makes sense to you. Okay, so anyways, this is my text editing screen. Of course, I have a delete button, trash can. Okay, so here I'm on a note, and this is a note about a tip that I saw on a presentation given by Ike Ellis on 60 reporting tips. I think it was in past 2015. You can go to that site and see this presentation. It's an awesome presentation. I learned several things from this, if not more than several things. He's a great presenter, and I recommend it to everybody. But anyways, for this point, what I'm showing you here is that I highlighted did some. So if I take this particular note that I took, again, it's Ike Ellis. I can go ahead and export that out to a Word RTF file. And there's lots of other features here that are really cool. You know, you have the find and replace here. You have the print. You can zoom out. You can minimize it. You can, you know, get it bigger. I think this is, I think if you have it highlighted here, you can go, I'm not sure what that's doing. Okay, but, oh, this is pretty cool too. You can create a table, and it will allow you to say, okay, I want a 4x4 table. Boom. You click that, and now you got a 4x4 table, so you can type in stuff in your table. You know, so kind of like Excel, and you know, it's really, that's kind of cool, right? So you can create a table, and not only, you know, really size it really quickly. So that's nice. You can also take things like this and add even more indentation to it. Okay, I'm getting kind of crazy. Let me go into full size mode here, and but anyways, this product again is from SyncFusion, this object, and as I said earlier in the video, you can get SyncFusion, I believe, for free if you qualify. So if I want to indent, there's an indentation here. I think that's indent here. Yeah, see, it lets you indent. No, that's here's center. Okay, and then you can go minimize it or make it bigger. Either way, underline it. Yeah, it's all sorts of stuff. So I really love it. And when you save it, I save it directly to a varchar column, and it's no problem. It just saves it as markup language, and when I bring it back in, it brings it as an RTF, and I can export it out to a report. So I love this program. I use it every day almost, and I keep all sorts of notes in here, things that I, you know, that are a little bit off, one-offs that I wouldn't be able to find otherwise on the internet, and or that I really like, and I want to refer back to them. You know, conversations on the phone I take notes on, and I really love it. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And get yourself your own notes things, because over time they come in really handy, you know, and so you don't have to reinvent the wheel and go find your notes again. I understand Microsoft Notes is really great. I did this one because I wanted to make my own. Just, you know, it's kind of like a, it was just as much a learning experience as anything else. And I had it all in a text box, but I couldn't do that much with it until I got to the SyncFusion. And I'm not trying to sell SyncFusion at all, believe me. It's a little difficult to get it set up, but I think a lot of people use it, and hey, it worked for me here. And I kind of like it just for this one feature of this text box. But I think it has like 70 objects for every module or something, so I only use a couple of them, but it makes a difference in my website, I think. Okay, thank you very much. Hope you have a good day. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel. I hope this video has helped you and made your day a little better. Thank you.